Okay. Okay. Can you see the screen? Can you see the
Yes.
screen now? Okay, good. All right. So, how are you? I'm sorry, I was just dealing with the screen and the problems. How are you today? How are
What
you,
do you have on the
Shirin?
screen?
Yes.
What do you have on your screen now? Because I can't. I I have yeah, the what is
What?
it?
The
The
website?
title of the website. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Because you know why? Because at the beginning of the class, we do the review and we just show the newspaper, but we don't talk about the newspaper. So some people asked, what kind of class is this? Then why don't you start with the newspaper? They don't know how the
Oh
class
yes.
works. So I decided to start with
Yes.
the name of the website. And whenever we start to work on the newspaper, then I share that screen
Uh,
so that it won't be confusing for some people who watch the
oh
videos
yes.
on Apparat or on YouTube, etc. Because they're not,
Okay.
attentive. They just watch a few first moments of the video and they decide what it is about. So we have to
So
pay attention to
you
that.
mean these videos go viral?
No, not viral, but just viral. No, of course not. No, but the viewers, the people who view, have told us
Yeah.
so. Some of them that what kind of class is this? It's called newspaper reading. The newspaper is there, but you're not talking about the newspaper because they don't watch it from the
Oh yeah.
beginning to the end. So I thought
Yeah.
that's a good idea. We have to just show the
Yeah.
website. Then when we start the newspaper, we show the newspaper. Okay, I think so.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Okay. So, you've been good, as you said, and let's do the review, huh? Who
Yes.
wants to go now?
Shirin.
Again, Shireen?
Hi.
Okay,
Good
hi. How
afternoon.
are you? Okay, good.
I'm very fine. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. So I think Behzad must be really proud of you because he's just letting you do it. And he wants to appreciate this and see how well
He
you
gives
perform.
he gives this honor to me.
Yes, of course. Sure. Okay,
Okay.
so, oh, by the way, how's Ghazal? And has she finished the recording?
Yes. Today, she went to Carpet Museum.
Mm-hmm.
They invited her
Mm-hmm.
to play a piece
Mm-hmm.
for Kids International Day. And they yes, and today she played,
Mm-hmm.
and they recorded a video,
Mm-hmm.
and for Children's International Day,
Mm-hmm.
it mm, will upload it
No.
will be
Mm-hmm.
uploaded
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
uh,
Yes.
on the Instagram of Carpet Museum.
Carpet
Uh,
Museum. Musée Farsh, you say?
yes,
Okay. What?
yes,
Yes.
yes.
In Amirabad, is it?
Uh, um, it's near. It's across from
It's across
Lale
from.
Park.
So it's
It's
Amirabad. It's
it's
Amirabad
across.
Avenue.
Yes.
Yes. So Kargar
Mm-hmm.
Shomali Amirabad. Okay. Okay,
Yes.
good. So she's closer to the big day. I hope she wins again.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's start the review, please.
Yes, the first expression is
Mhm.
given, I don't know, expression, given my mood. And given is a preposition, and
No.
it
Given is not a
means,
preposition, is
but
it?
when I saw
Uh-huh.
in mm, dictionary, I look it up in the
Yes.
dictionary.
Uh-huh.
It was written preposition, and
Uh-huh.
it was a question for
With
me.
this meaning, it was a
Mhm.
preposition. Okay.
Yes,
I don't know. I
yes.
have to look, but I'm looking up. But you go on, please. I'll check. Okay, go on.
It means taking something into account, and the synonym of considering.
Yes.
And we have different type of example.
Different
For
types.
example, given
Different types.
different types of example,
Yes.
like given the circumstances, given the fact that, given the
Yes.
situation,
Exactly.
and we have a sentence like it's a given. It means it's obvious.
Yes.
The next one is the fitting. Fitting is adjective, and it means appropriate and suitable.
No,
But
Shiri, not
fit
appropriate. No, appropriate. Appropriate.
appropriate. Appropriate.
Yes, yes.
And fit as a verb, it means if something fits another thing, it is similar to it or suitable for it.
Yes. Shirin, excuse me, I interrupted you, but yes, you are right. I didn't know that. Both the Free Dictionary says so that if it means taking into account, as we said and discussed, it is considered a preposition. Well, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Okay, thank you. Go on, please.
The next one is stroke as a noun. It's if someone has a stroke, an artery in their brain suddenly bursts or become blocked, so that they may die or be unable to some muscles to use some muscles.
Yes. Go on. And what's an artery in Farsi? What's an artery in Farsi?
Sharian.
Okay, go on.
And the next one is deliberating, or debilitating, and it's adjective, and debilitate as a verb, it means
Shirin, it's
to
an adjective. Okay, it's an adjective. Don't say it's adjective. It's an adjective, yes.
Debilitate as a verb, it means to make someone ill and weak.
Yes.
And next one is the witch, a woman who is supposed to have magic powers, especially to do bad things.
Yes.
I saw in dictionary informal, they use for an insulting word for a woman who is old.
Yes. Yes, old and ugly. Yes.
Yeah. And the next one is to lift somebody's spirits.
Yeah, that was not new. That was for the session before last session. We just reviewed that one. The one that you didn't attend.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes. To make someone feel more cheerful and hopeful. And the next one is detach. It's the synonym of attach.
What did you say? Say it again. The next one.
Attach and opposite of
Excuse me.
attach.
You broke up. Would you please say it again? I didn't hear you well.
The next one is detach, and detach is opposite of attach.
Opposite of attach. Yes, attach.
And the next one is wave and wave back, and we have some example like I wave back, they wave back, I smiled, they smiled back, I insulted, he insulted back, and coven, it's a noun, and it means a group or meeting of witches.
Yes.
Uh,
So when you
and the
see
next
a
one,
group of old women, that's insulting. Okay, those nosy old women. We better say that because this way is
yeah,
justified. You can say that there's a coven in here. You know, in some cities, not cities, small cities, you can see that
Yeah.
they just hang out in the alley, and
Yeah.
whoever walks past them, they just pass judgments on them and say, "Okay, did you see that girl? Did you see that boy?" They just pass on rumors about people. So you
yeah.
can say that
Yeah.
those
And
people
in
are a
those
coven.
days,
Yes.
they were the source of latest news
Yes, exactly.
in that district, for example.
Yes, of course. That's
Yeah.
of course that's not news, Bezat. It's called rumor.
Rumor. Yeah.
Rumor. They gossip, and there are gossip. Gossip is the thing that you do, and also the person who does that is called a gossip too. So these people are
Yeah.
gossips, and they gossip. They spread around rumors about people. There's an expression in English. They say, "I heard it through the grapevine." Grapevine. Have you heard this before?
No.
No, grapevine. Grapevine is an orchard or garden in which grape trees grow. Okay, تو
Yes.
تاکستان باغ انگور. Okay,
Yeah.
so in old days in villages in England, there were some grapevines, and villagers used to, hang out there in the evening in the grapevines, usually women, old women, and they would exchange rumors of the village. Who is with who is dead, who is dying, who's born, who's in love with who, things like that.
Yeah.
So they would get the news, not the news, of course, the gossip, the rumors there, and then it just remained in the language, in English language. When you want to say that you heard something from unofficial sources, and you cannot say for sure whether it's true or not, it's a rumor, then you can say,
Yeah.
I heard it through the grapevine. It means that it's a piece of rumor. You're not sure about it, but you've heard it from some people. I heard it through the grapevine. That's my source.
It comes with through.
Yes, I heard it through. That's what I know. Maybe with other prepositions too, I can check.
Yes. I heard it through grapevine.
Yes.
And we also have vinery.
You mean the place they make the...
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, it's true. Okay, I just looked it up. As far as I can see, it's only through.
Yes.
It's only through. Yes. As far as I see, only through. Heard it through the grapevine. Or just through the grapevine. You shorten it to mean the same thing. Okay, so Shireen, go on, please.
A broomstick, it's a noun, and it means a broom with a long handle,
Yes.
and the stick tied at one end that a witch is supposed to fly on in stories.
Yes. Supposed to, Shireen, not sa. Supposed to. Supposed to. Okay.
And the last one is a calandron, a large round metal pot.
No, that's not the pronunciation.
Cauldron.
Cauldron, yes. Cauldron.
Cauldron.
Yes, you said cauldron, right? You said cauldron. Yes.
Cauldron. A large round metal pot for boiling liquid, boiling liquids over a fire.
Yeah, not only for liquids. It could be for just any kind of food. Yes, exactly. Yes, exactly. So that was it. Finished, right?
That was it. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So now let me share the newspaper. Again, I chose an article from Sports Illustrated. It's not a newspaper, of course, it's a monthly. Sports Illustrated is a very famous sports magazine in the US, Shirin? I thought that because, well, your major is sports, maybe you'd like to know more about it. Shirin, what's your favorite
Yeah.
sport?
My favorite sport is running.
Really? Running? Yeah, good. But I mean, matches and games, which one do you like to watch? I should have asked it like that.
Oh.
Which kind of sport do you like to watch, if any, if there is any sports you'd like to watch?
Boxing.
Weightlifting.
Okay. Really? You
And
watch
also
weightlifting? You watch it? For
yes,
example, I see.
yes,
Okay.
yes. And the track and field, all fields of track and fields are very interesting, especially the speed run. And I love
Usain Bolt.
Usain Bolt.
What is that? Is that a person?
Yeah.
Usain Bolt is
Okay.
from Jamaica.
Okay, I never heard of him or her. Which one is it?
He.
Him. Okay. It's a he. Yes. What did you say? Say it again, please. What was the name?
Usain Bolt.
Yeah. Would you please spell it or type it down so that I can see?
Yeah. Usain. U.
Like Hussein.
S.
Like? Yes.
Like Hussein, but it is Usain.
Like this? Where is he from?
Yes.
Yes. Where is he from, Shirin?
Jamaica.
Jamaica, I see. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what's he famous for?
It's yeah, he's a speed runner, and he was the first one in speed runs for less than a decade. And he's a
what do you mean?
Olympic champion.
Yes.
For a couple of
you mean
years.
that no one's ever been able to break his records, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I see. Okay, good. So Shirin, well, I didn't know that you're interested in track and field. Did you say track and field?
Track and field, yes.
And you said speed running, etc. But the one I chose for today is for baseball. You know, in American English, in America, in the US, baseball is a very, very popular sport. You know, it's more popular than soccer. In Iran, people usually enjoy soccer, and baseball is not common at all in Iran. At least I haven't heard of it in Iran. Are you planning to go to the US? Because you once mentioned that you wanted to immigrate or something.
Yes, it's one of our dreams.
Yes, your options. Your options, not dreams.
Especially Gaza wants to go to Juilliard University.
What university?
In New York.
Say it again. Juilliard. I see. Okay, I see. Okay. Okay, why not? She'll go there one day. So, you know, because you're going to the US, we're so definite about it. You need to know a little bit about the culture. People are really crazy about baseball in the US. And today's article is about that. So, Bezat, would you please start reading?
And baseball is more famous than basketball in US?
I don't know about that, but I can only tell you based on what I've watched. And I can say that people really love baseball. I think they love baseball more than that. Baseball is more American than basketball, as far as I know. Okay? You have to ask an American or some natives on the websites which share the news. Okay.
Yeah.
Would you please start?
Go on.
Scorecard.
Yes. What's a scorecard, first of all? What is it?
Scorecard? I don't know.
You can guess because you know both the meanings of both parts of this word. both score and both
I
card.
know card and score in the field of, you know, baseball or soccer. Score is the big like television that they put in the stadium to put the, you know,
They call that TV
score.
score? They call that TV set
Maybe.
score? Aha, it's a guess, you mean?
Yeah.
Ah, no, it doesn't mean that.
It reminds me of that.
Yeah, it reminds you of that because scores, it reminds you of that. That's right. That's correct. Very good. Because scores are shown on a big TV screen. Score is the points you get. Okay? You score a goal, for example. Score, امتیاز. Score is امتیاز.
Yes.
Okay? So a scorecard
scorecard
is a book, is a small book or a piece of paper that they put the scores on. They say, okay, team 1, team A 1, team B 0. Okay? These are scores. And the things on which you put the scores is called a scorecard. Hello? Okay.
It's like a book or piece of paper?
Yes, it could be a piece of paper. It could be a book. It could be a sheet of paper. Just anything. If it's about sports, yes. If it's about sports, yes. Now, would you please read the rest?
The more, the merrier.
Have you heard this expression before? The more, the merrier?
Yeah,
what does
a
it
lot.
mean in English? Explain in English what it means.
In English. The more, the merrier. It is an expression and we can use it in different situations. Here, the more, the merrier means if you know, we have more of something, it would be better.
Yeah, more of what do you think? In here, it means more of what, in your opinion? Sharon, if you know, you can chime in too. The title of the article is Scorecard, and then the subtitle is The More the Merrier. What do you think it means?
I saw this one in a Desperate Housewife in the first episode in first series. The more, the merrier.
Yes.
And it's like the more, the better.
Yes. So in here, what does the writer mean by saying the more the merrier? The more of what?
The more score, the more
Very good. Excellent. Yes, exactly. The more scores you get, the merrier. And what does merrier mean?
Like better.
Better.
Yeah. Merry, we have merry in Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Christmas morning.
Yeah, that's the equivalent in Farsi. But merry means happy. When you wish someone a Merry Christmas, you wish them that they can have a happy Christmas. They can enjoy it and be happy. So the more the merrier, like Shirin, as you said in Desperate Housewives, is when you have guests. Okay, you invite two people and one of them tells you, for example, I want to bring my sister. You say, okay, the more the merrier. Okay, the more people we are, the happier we will be. And in here, the more scores you get, the happier you will be, because it's in sports. You will win it. You will be the champion, etc. Shirin, do you keep scores in anything? It's an expression, to keep score. To keep score. Yes, it means to. It means to what?
Record.
No, not
Like
not exactly. No, when you write down somewhere and you record the number of scores that you get. in something, like in a competition. For example, you have 50 trainees every season, okay? And a lot of them fail. Very few of them pass the tests. I don't know, the tests that you have. And each of them who passes a test is a kind of a score for you. So you have a book and you write down, okay, out of the 50 trainees that I have this season, 11 of them passed the test. Okay, this is your score. You're comparing yourself with the other trainers, you're competing against them, or maybe against yourself. And you say, okay, these are my scores. You keep score like that. Do you keep score for anything?
Yes, I try to keep a score.
Of what? Yes, of what?
For trainings, for example, the time that I give for studying English.
Yes, very good. That was a good example. Yes. So the number of times that you win, that you're successful at something, at doing something, even if there is no competitor, when you write them down, or even if you keep them in your memory, it's called keeping score. You can say, okay, 20 days out of 30, I woke up at 4:30 this month. Okay, that's keeping score. You're not comparing yourself with anyone, but that's score keeping. You keep score. How about you, Beza? Do you keep score?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
For
what?
example, I remember when I was preparing for entrance exam, I used to study, for example, 3 hours a day.
Yes.
But step by step, I scored the time that, you know, I could add to that time. And after a while, I found that I increased 3 hours a day to, for example, 6 hours a day. And by having a score, I think
No, by keeping score.
you can,
by keeping
a score, yeah, you can even compare yourself at this time with, you know, other times, and you can see your improvements and your progress.
Yes, there's an expression in English. They say, what gets measured gets done.
What gets measured?
It means that if you measure something, you will be able to do it perfectly, successfully. If you don't measure it, then you won't be able to do it. For example, you want to lose...
You were breaking off.
Oh, excuse me. Okay, how about now? Can you hear me now?
No, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but we didn't get that sentence.
Okay, I say it again. Okay, I'll say it again. If it happens again, please tell me. I don't think there's a problem with the internet. I think the problem is with my hands-free. Okay, am I correct now? Am I okay now? Am I okay now?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's this expression that says, what gets measured gets done. It's when, for example, you want to lose weight. You have to measure the number of calories that you take every day, you consume every day. If you don't measure it, you won't be able to do this. You won't be able to lose weight. Okay, so what gets measured gets done. If you want to do something and be successful at it, you have to measure things. Okay, so let's go to the rest. The more the merrier. Bezat, would you please go on?
What is the tense of this sentence? What gets measured
you tell me.
gets done.
You tell me.
Measure.
No.
It is passive.
Yes, very good. Okay. Did you study the PDF that we uploaded for session 16 of Grammar for IELTS?
No.
Oh, okay, you didn't. So I reviewed the videos of Grammar for IELTS, and I edited some parts of it. I added or edited some parts.
Yes.
There are some parts that are added in the form of a PDF. I think we sent out emails notifying our subscribers of that. And
what about your book?
Yes,
Is,
there too,
is
of
it
course.
in your book?
Yes, it's in the book, yes. Because I was just working
Yeah.
on the book, I reviewed the videos and corrected them too, so that they're the same and there are no differences. So for session 16,
Yes.
I've added a PDF. You can download it from your account on our website. And I've told you about
Yes.
passive with get. As you guessed correctly, gets measured and gets done in here are both passive. Okay? What is çiziki? What gets measured gets done. But it's an informal way, okay? You can you cannot do it for all verbs. I mean, all verbs that can be passive
Yes.
cannot be passive by get, not all of them. And it's informal. You cannot use it in your writing for IELTS, for example. You can use it in your speaking. There are some types of passive with get that are very common in everyday speech. Like you say, I want to get dressed first. Okay? You say, get dressed.
Yes.
Get dressed is passive. It's informal.
Mhm.
Instead of be, you use get. So what gets measured gets done. Okay, any other questions?
No, thank
Okay,
you.
so
I found,
yes.
I have your book, and it's a page 455.
455. Okay. Thanks for buying that. Okay. Okay. So it is on that page. You can study it later. Thank you. Okay. So Besat, would you please read the rest?
Yeah, in 1999,
No, 5.
the
5.
95,
Yes.
the playoffs
Oh, excuse me,
gave us
Besat. Would you please let Shirin read this part because it's about sports. I want her to do it. Okay. Let her do the honors. Okay. They say that's the expression they use. Would you do the honors please؟ یعنی افتخار میدید این کار انجام بدید برامون لطفاً. Okay. Shirin, would you please do the honors?
Yes, sure.
Okay.
Sure, thank you. In 1995,
Say it again.
the
Read it again,
playoff
Shirin. Shirin, read the year again.
in 1995,
Yes, very good.
the playoffs gave us a thrilling
Yes, but
series.
thrilling, Shirin. Thrilling, yes.
Thrilling series that changed the fortunes of two
No,
teams.
Shirin, go back. It's not fortune, no. What's the pronunciation?
fortune.
Fortunes.
Yes, fortunes, yes.
Fortunes of two teams.
Yes.
Helped the game heal and made a convincing argument for a bigger post-season field.
Yes, very good. Okay, so in 1995, the playoffs. What are playoffs, Shirin?
Playoff. It's the time that.
Kind of match.
Yes, very good. It's a kind of
Playoff,
match. Yes, very good. But what kind of it?
Maybe when two teams have a match for the second time.
Okay, that was a very good guess, but not exactly what it means. Very good guess. Shirin, do you know anything about this? There are other names for it. We say playoffs or postseason or hello?
Or maybe in not in elementary stage, semi for playoff.
No, not elementary. No, nothing with elementary. There's finals. Okay.
Yeah, final.
Okay, as you said that two teams. Was that what you said? Want to just have a match again. There's a rematch, but not like that.
Yeah.
A lot of teams compete And at the end, 2 teams or 3 teams just have to compete again so that one of them wins it. That's the playoff or postseason or final, as far as I know, okay? As far as I know, it means that. Okay, so the playoffs gave us a thrilling series that changed the fortunes of 2 teams. Shirin, can you explain this part? What does it mean? Gave us a thrilling series that changed the fortunes of 2 teams.
Thrilling series, very bad series, but suddenly everything changed, and
not bad. I think it was unexpected.
Okay, how? Can you explain more?
For example, when 2 teams want to have a match or play.
Yes.
Yeah. When, for example, when there is a match between Persepolis and Nasaji Mazandaran, for sure you think that Persepolis will win the match. But if
Yes. Oh, you're breaking up again.
You know, otherwise,
good.
Persepolis, it would be unexpected or thrilling.
Yes.
interesting.
Yes. Thrilling is exciting. Exciting in a good way. So, exciting series of matches. When something is thrilling, it excites you in a positive way. You love it. Okay, so the series are the series of matches that these teams had that changed the fortunes of 2 teams. What does fortune mean in here? You can say this one in Farsi because I think no, that's future. This one is fortune. Of course, it is related to the future, but fortune doesn't necessarily mean future.
Chance.
Excuse me? No. Yes, you could say somehow chance, yeah, but there's a better name for it. There's a name for it, a good name for it in Farsi. How do you say fortune in Farsi? That's destiny. It is close. It is close. I can't deny that, but in Farsi, bakhtu iqbal.
Yes.
Okay, so fortunes is the plural of fortune. Okay, fortune has other meanings too. Do you know any other meanings for fortune? There's an expression they say, for example, this car cost me a fortune.
Cost me a lot.
Yes,
cost me a
Yes, exactly.
Or
a lot of money.
this car costs me a leg and
An arm and a leg. At first it's an arm.
An arm and a leg.
Yes.
An arm and a leg.
Yeah, but I think these days we have to say this car cost me a liver or a kidney. No, not a liver. You can't get rid of your liver, but you can sell a kidney. In Iran, you could say that. Okay. So, okay. So the 2 teams helped the game heal. Shirin, what do you think it means to say that it helped the game heal? Or Behzad, Shirin, whoever can say it.
Help the game won or be successful.
Yes, because it wasn't going very well, but something happened and it healed the game. Because, you know, heal is used for medicine. When someone has a wound or a disease and after some time they get better, they healed. So this happened to the teams and made a convincing argument for a bigger postseason field. What does this part mean, Behzad?
And because of that event that we are not aware of, it made a convincing argument.
Yes. What does argument mean here?
Argument means discussion or debate.
No, not in here.
And
in here, it doesn't mean discussion. Because you don't need
convincing.
You don't need discussion for a postseason. Postseason, we had it. Playoff, postseason, final, they're the same thing. So a bigger postseason, a bigger final.
A bigger postseason.
Other than debate and discussion, argument has other meanings too, like reason.
Reason. Yeah.
Sometimes you ask someone, okay, what's your argument for doing this? It means, what are your reasons for doing this? It doesn't mean what's your debate. Of course, you can debate over that. You can discuss your reasons, but what they mean is reasons. Okay? So, a convincing argument. Do you know the meaning of the word convincing?
Yeah, convincing here is an adjective for argument.
Yes.
And when we use convincing, it is something that is, acceptable for that people, for that person.
Yes, good. Because it was such a thrilling match, they had to hold another postseason or another final so that they could decide who the champion was at the end. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So the first paragraph, Bezat, would you please?
Few baseballs in motion held more suspense than the one 25 years ago that skipped across the astroturf of Seattle's kingdom like a rock over a pond. Pond.
Yes. So few baseballs in motion. What does this part mean, Bezat? Few baseballs in motion. First of all, tell me about few. What does few mean?
Few?
No, Shirin. Few doesn't mean a few. There's a difference.
Few means it wants to express the number of something that happened or we have, and there is a difference between few and FU.
Yes.
FU means the number of that specific thing is acceptable, but few means it's not enough.
Very good. So you could say that a limited number, maybe like that. Limited number.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Not many, or not many is better than limited number. Not many. Or sometimes they say very few. In order to emphasize, they say very few. Okay, go on.
Yes.
Baseballs. What does baseballs mean in here? Baseballs.
Baseball players.
Baseball players? Do you think it means baseball players? Or the match?
No. Baseball means the match.
Does it?
Or maybe the ball
the ball that is used in baseball, exactly. So few baseballs in motion means few baseballs in motion
held more suspense than
just this part in motion. What is
in motion? When something is in motion, it is it is
yes,
it is something dynamic, not static.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, it has movement.
Very good, exactly, yes. So the baseball, the ball that they use in baseball, is hit with a bat and it is in motion, it's moving. It hasn't hit anything yet, so in motion. Few baseballs in motion held more suspense than the one 25 years ago. So what does the whole sentence mean now?
Held more...
first of all, held more suspense. What does suspense mean?
Suspense, when something, can not fix, but can have it in the air.
Yes.
or it is suspended in the air.
Yes, very good.
You know,
In the air, Behzad,
yeah,
yes. So,
in
but
the air.
this
Yeah.
in here, suspense is a feeling of suspense. Usually at the end of a thriller movie, like cop movies. Okay, you don't know what happens next, and then it's ended. You have to wait another week to see what happens after that. You're kept in suspense. You feel the suspense.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, making someone suspensed is the thing that, for example, baseball players can do during their match by hitting the ball.
Yeah, it could, because it happens in every match, I think. Because you don't know if it will score or not, if it's good for them or not, if they can win or not. It's like in football, like soccer, excuse me. Like in soccer. You don't know if it hits the goal or not. Okay, so it could give you suspense as the audience. Yes. Okay, it could give you suspense. I'm not sure about the word you said. People suspended. Did you say that? I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure that it can be used like that. You can say the feeling of suspense. I felt some suspense, but I'm not sure that you can say I was of course we have suspended, but it's not for the feeling. It means that it's not officially
it's something physical.
Not exactly. For example, for employment. Okay, they don't know what to do with you.
Yes.
Hire you, fire you. So it depends. It happens in school. It happens with jobs. Suspension there, and suspending someone means something else. So the feeling of suspense, this excitement and worry that you feel because you don't know what happens next, held more suspense than the one 25 years ago. Shirin, would you please now explain the whole sentence? Few baseballs in motion held more suspense than the one 25 years ago. And tell me about the one 25 years ago. What does it mean?
The one, I think, refers to exactly the baseballs.
Yes.
And it's going to compare the effect of the effects of this game or this match and the things that happens during this match. Yeah, the comparison between now and 25 years ago.
Yes, the one that happened 25 years ago. And now the rest of the sentence. That skipped across the astroturf of Seattle's kingdom like a rock over a pond. Skipped across the astroturf. What does skip across mean?
Skip across means, I know skip.
Yeah, what does it mean? There is no equivalent in Farsi,
skip.
as far as I know, of course. Yeah, what does skip mean in English?
Skip means in Farsi.
No, in English. In English. Like, for example, Shirin, you're reading something, okay?
Forget about something.
Yes? What did you say? Excuse me?
For example, forget about something.
No, not
you
forgetting
have
exactly, not forgetting it. See, for example, I want you to read this paragraph. You read the first line, you don't read the second line, and go straight ahead to the third line. I said you skip the second line.
Yeah, this is skip.
And even the Farsi equivalent for skip, just skip, not skip across. For skip is the same. We say, in Farsi we say, say it. What did you say, Shirin? Say it out loud. Paridi. سر پریدی. We say that, okay? جا انداختی سر پریدی, okay? سر پریدی از خط دوم. Okay, so skip, as you said, means jump, but skipping across is different from just skipping. Skipped across the astroturf of Seattle's blah blah like a rock over a pond. Do you know what a pond is?
No.
Like a small lake. In Farsi, we say berke.
Okay?
A small lake. So, like a rock, you know what a rock is? A piece of small stone over a pond. Have you seen people do this? They throw rocks into the pond, and when they throw it, the distance that this piece of rock travels from their fingertips to the part where it hits the water is skipping across. It's a line. It's skipping across. You cannot call it a jump.
Oh, yes.
Okay? And as far as I know, there is no equivalent for it in Farsi. Do we have such a thing in Farsi?
Rock over a pond. No.
No, not rock over a pond. Skip across. Skip across means that.
It means move quickly.
No. ببینید وقتی که یه چیزی رو پرتاب میکنید از یه نقطه‌ای تا به یه نقطه دیگه برسه، توی یه خط مستقیم حرکت میکنه. این حرکت مستقیمی میشه skip across. مثل وقتی که یه تیکه سنگ رو میخواید توی برکه برای بازی دیدید به صورت اوری پرتش میکنن، این فاصله که اینجوری طی میکنه میشه skip across. And as far as I know, there is no equivalent for this in Farsi. Do we have a word for it? No, we don't have a word for it, as far as I know at least. So the ball skipped across. Across what? Across the ground. The astroturf. What's the astroturf? You must be able to, yes, very good. It's a proper name. So it's a brand, it's a trademark. But what is it? Can you guess what an astroturf can be?
It's the name of a team?
No, see, we say that the ball skipped across the astroturf. It doesn't mean that it skipped across the team, no.
It's a place or stadium.
Yes, a place in the stadium, exactly. But which part of it? AstroTurf is a trademark, you know, like when we call tissue papers Kleenex, but Kleenex was the first company that created paper tissues, but not all paper tissues are Kleenexes, but we call them all Kleenex. So AstroTurf is just a trademark, but it's used for that thing that players play on, for soccer matches, for baseball. What do they play on? What do they play on?
They play, the field.
Yeah, what is it? What is it covered with? The field is covered with something.
With lawn.
Yeah, what kind of it?
Artificial
yes,
lawn.
Exactly. Artificial. AstroTurf is one of those famous companies that that produces that.
Yeah.
Why did you laugh? What was funny?
It's like a puzzle. It's like a maze.
Okay. Yes, okay. But you did it. See, just you can only focus and then find out what the meaning is, or at least guess. So AstroTurf is a company that does that, and because it's very famous, so instead of saying artificial lawn, they say AstroTurf, even if it's not AstroTurf, even if it's created by another company. So AstroTurf of Seattle's, you know, Seattle is the name of a place, of a state. Is it state or city? Or both? I'm not sure. City, I'm sure. State, I'm not. In the US. Seattle's kingdom. What's kingdom now? Yeah, you can guess again.
Seattle's kingdom. Search of Seattle's kingdom. Maybe kingdom is the name of the stadium.
Very good, excellent, exactly. Kingdom is the name of the stadium in Seattle. It's a very famous stadium in Seattle, like a rock over a pond. Now, Shirin, would you please read this first sentence again?
A few baseballs in motion held more suspense than the one 25 years ago that skipped across the astroturf
No,
of
Shir, it's not
Seattle.
turf, it's turf. AstroTurf.
AstroTurf of Seattle's kingdom like a rock over a pond.
Yes. And Bezat, would you please read the next sentence?
But I didn't get.
What?
It means nowadays it is happening more, or 25 years ago it was better.
No, not that it was better. It was, you know why? You have to read the next line to understand why. Would you please just read the next line, then I'll explain it to you.
Yeah.
The skipping?
The skipping lasted long enough to allow the calculus of history to play out in your head.
Yes. So the skipping lasted long enough. You know the meaning of last, right? As a verb.
Yes.
Last as a verb means?
Means to
Yes, to take that much time. To take a specific amount of time. Yes, exactly. So the skipping of the baseball, the ball, lasted long enough. It means that it was so long, the skipping was so long that what?
That allowed the calculus
What
of
does it
history.
mean? Yes. What does it mean? You read that part.
The
calculus, if you want to say it's just a branch of mathematics, but it's not, the writer doesn't mean that in here. It means just calculating things.
It wants to express that it was, so it was the ball was suspended in the air so long that you would be able to do a lot of things during that time in your head.
Not a lot of things, just a lot of calculations to remember. Remember if such a thing happened before or not. You would review all the matches that you watched and you attended to see if any one of those balls skipping were that long. And you'd understand that no, none of them were that long. So the one that happened 25 years ago was so long that was unique. Before that, it never happened. After that, up to now, it's never happened, or it has never happened again. So that skipping across of the ball was very long.
Yes.
Do you get it now, or do you have a question?
I have a question.
Okay, yes, ask your question, yes.
It's very hard.
It's because it's baseball, and we're not familiar with this match.
No.
Yeah.
When I watched the match, I have never understood what they do.
In baseball? There's actually something really funny, not haha funny, but good funny. That's interesting about baseball. I watched it. I watched some parts of baseball in different movies. Batters in baseball. Do you know batters?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one who hit the ball with the bat.
Yes. And also the ones who throw the ball. I don't know what they're called. Okay. Do you know the motions they go through before they throw the ball? Have you ever seen the motions they go through? They just move their legs as if they want to, move it on a pedal. And then they pull the leg back, and then they move the hand, and they throw the ball. Have you seen this part ever? Yeah. Has it ever been a question for you why they do that? Because I always say that at the end they want to throw the ball. They don't need the leg. And why do they do that? Why do they go through all those motions? Just throw the ball already. Why do you do that? Do you know why to do that?
No, it's kind of rule in this game, and maybe it helps. They can throw it better.
Throw it better. Yes, exactly. Well, that was the thing that I didn't know. You know, I thought that it's stupid. Why should they do that? And then I watched this lecture by a motivational speaker who gave an example of baseball and said that, you know, if you want to have a good day, you have to have a routine. If you just wake up in the morning and do things just with no plans, then you won't be able to have a good day. You have to go through a routine like a baseball player. They do the same things every time they want to throw a ball. And, you know, if you don't know anything about it, it doesn't make sense to you. You say, okay, why does he move the leg? It's all because it helps them focus. So when you wake up in the morning, if you have a routine, you say that first thing I do is wash my face. Then I'll brush my teeth. Then I'll have a cup of tea. Then I'll read a piece of poetry, and then I'll start working. If you do that, then you can be focused because it's something you do every day. That's a routine. So that's what they do in baseball. And baseball is very important to Americans. That's why. That was the interesting part for me. But as you said, it's very strange to us. We don't know anything about baseball. But well, that's at least, you know, Sports Illustrated is a good source of information on sports, Shireen. You can read this magazine, get more familiar with specific words or jargon, as they say. Sports jargon. What's jargon?
Jargon is, you know, medical jargon, for example.
Yeah. For medicine, you have jargon. You have words that you say, and even if you say them in Farsi, Shirin and I won't be able to understand because we're not familiar. We don't deal with those words. So is true with sports. There's jargon for sports, and Shirin knows things that you and I don't know. And these are the specific words that you need to work on to learn. It helps you better. Okay, for the time when you go to the US. And what was your question, Behzad? You said you had a question.
I didn't, when you asked, is there a question? I said yes, because at that time I didn't understand the whole meaning of the paragraph.
Really? But now you do?
Now I think so.
You think so? Okay, we can go through the paragraph again. Would you please read the paragraph, the whole paragraph, slowly, okay? Slowly.
Few baseballs in motion held more suspense than the one 25 years ago.
Wait. Now, can you say this part in Farsi?
توپ‌های در حرکت کمتری
کمتر پیش اومده. کمتر توپ بیسبالی بوده تو طول تاریخ که در حرکت بوده. کمتر توپ بیسبال در حرکت. خب متنش هم یه مقدار سنگینه. کمتر توپ بیسبال در حال حرکتی، یعنی همون لحظه که پرت کرده بوده که اون مخاطب رو درش ساسپنس ایجاد کنه. اوکی، به هیجان بیارتش. یه جور I don't know how to say suspense in Farsi now. Then the one 25 years ago. در مقایسه با اونی که 25 سال پیش اتفاق افتاد. از اون لحظه ای که پرتاب شد این بال بیسبال و از فراز این چمن مصنوعی استادیوم کینگدم شهر سیاتل عین تیکه سنگی که روی برکه پرت کنی پرتاب شده باشه. Okay, it's a very long sentence. Okay, it's a very long sentence and if you want to translate it بخواید ترجمهش کنید باید زمان بذارید که ترجمه خوبی بشه. شاید چند ساعت وقت بذارید این جمله رو بخواید یه ترجمه خوبی بکنید که به اصطلاح میگن چی باشه؟ دیریاب نشه. بفهمیم چیه. جمله های طولانی generally long sentences are not good for writing unless you're a really good writer, which I think the writer of this article is. Okay, because he knows how to put all these words together and make that long sentence so beautiful. And there is a comparison. I think it's called, no, I don't know the name of it. in literature. But you know, when you come across such sentences, Bezat, you better write them down and read them once a day, okay? I don't know why, but after some time, you get the meaning, you get the method in it, and maybe you will be able to make similar sentences.
Yes.
Okay, you understand the parts of the sentence, the parts of the paragraph, but maybe you cannot say it in your own words. But let's go through it one more time. You said, few baseballs in motion held more suspense than the one 25 years ago. Yes, go on.
Yeah, that skipped across the astroturf of Seattle's kingdom like a rock over a pond.
Yes.
The skipping lasted long enough to allow the calculus of history to play out in your head.
Yes.
سنگینه.
Yes. Okay. So one moment of
Yes.
silence for that. Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
You got it?
The second part, yeah, the second part of this paragraph is easier, I think.
Yes, of course. Of course. That was a long one
It's not
more
that
thing.
easy, but
One
easier.
more thing that you can do, Besat, is to shorten the sentences. You know? You see
Yes.
that there are a lot of comparisons and adjectives and adverbs. Just omit them all to see what the core is. Few baseballs, few baseballs held suspense than the one 25 years ago. Full stop. Few baseballs. Don't say emotion, blah, blah. Few baseballs held suspense than the one 25 years ago. That's the core of the sentence. Now, I want to say few, but not just few baseballs. No, few baseballs emotions. Because if you say few baseballs, just few baseballs doesn't make sense. اگه بگید فقط few baseballs یعنی چی؟ دارید توپای بیسبال کل دنیا رو مقایسه میکنید. نه. few baseballsی که این موشن بودن، few baseballsی که توی زمین بالای چمن، از فراز چمن در حال حرکت بودن برای اینکه به اون نقطه خاص برسن تا اون چه میدونم بتره بزنه بودن که بتونن مقایسه بشن با اونی که 25 سال پیش که چیکار کرد که ساسپنس زیادی ایجاد کرد، هیجان انگیز بود، همش منتظر بودن که ببینن حالا این چند ثانیه است یا چند لحظه‌ای که طول میکشه کی به پایان میرسه، کی برخورد میکنه، کی گرفته میشه، کی زده میشه توسط بتر و از این قبیل. اوکی، پس کور سنتنس ما اینه few baseballs held more suspense than the one 25 years ago. حالا یه ایموشن که اینجا اضافه شده برای اینکه بگیم که این few baseballs نه هر بیسبالی، نه توپای بیسبال، few baseballsی که ایموشن بودن یعنی توی زمین و در حال این پروازه بودن. اوکی، that skipped across the astroturf. Okay, skipped across the artificial lawn. skipped across هم گفتم اینجوری که مستقیم به صورت عمودی داره حرکت پرشیش رو طی میکنه، اون مسیر پرشی رو طی میکنه از لحظه‌ای که پرتاب شده تا لحظه‌ای که به یه جایی بخوره. The astroturf، حالا the astroturf هم باز آورده یه چیز بهش اضافه کرده، of Seattle's kingdom. استروترف کجا؟ چمن مصنوعی کجا؟ چمن مصنوعی یه استادیومی که اسمش کینگدمه و توی شهر سیاتل آمریکاست. حالا کل این مقایسه میشه با یک راکی، با یک ستون کوچیکی over a pond، بر فراز یه برکه که شما پرتش کردید.
بله.
The skipping lasted.
اون ساسپنس held more suspense همون حالت فیزیکی ساسپند بودن اون توپ در هوا نیست؟
نه، از نظر من که نه، به خاطر اینکه شما برای بازی ساسپنس رو حس میکنید. مثلا فیلینگ ساسپنس رو توی بازی میگن تا جایی که من میدونم چون در ادامه میخونید و میبینید که اصلا طرفدارای تیم، کسایی که مثلا دیگه از اون تیم ناامید شده بودن، حالا میتونید روزنامه رو داشته باشید ببینید، بعد دوباره رو میارن و اون ناامیدی که داشتن و فکر می‌کردن دیگه به درد نمیخوره این تیمه، به این نتیجه میرسن که نه، مثلا امیدی بهش هست. There's still hope for it. و به نظر من، برداشت من این بوده که این ساسپنس منظور اون فیلینگ ساسپنسه، اون حس میگیم حس تعلیق دیگه، ما تو فارسی میگیم حس تعلیق دیگه. حس تعلیق پایان یه داستان هیجان انگیز، حس تعلیقی که توی بازیه که به نظرم خیلی ترجمه قشنگی نیست. اون احساس هیجان همراه با نگرانی که شما حس میکنی، چون این توپه باید سرنوشتش مشخص بشه. پرت شد، الان چه اتفاقی براش میفته؟ کجا فرود میاد؟ کی بهش میزنه؟ کی میتونه باشه امتیازی کسب کنه؟ میتونن یا نه؟ مثل گل زدن تو فوتباله. یه توپ شوت میشه، فکر کنید تو هواست، هنوز نه رسیده به دروازه‌بان، نه هیچ بازیکنی اون دور و بره، هم دارن میدوئن سمتش. خب این ساسپنس ایجاد میکنه. که این الان کجا میخواد برخورد کنه. حالا برداشت منه، میتونید شما بخونید، اگر برداشت دیگه داشتید هیچ ایرادی نداره. یه وقتایی هست بالاخره من همه چیزو نمیدونم، یه وقتایی هم اشتباه میگم. اگر دیدید حتما بگید، میتونیم دربارش صحبت کنیم.
بسیار.
Okay, so see you again next session if you don't have any questions.
خیلی ممنون.
Thank
Thank you very
you.
much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye bye.